From the edge of the world to the deadliest cold known to man, welcome to extreme Earth. Tonight, minus 71 degrees is not a nightmare. It's just another day. Can she survive? Before the cold takes over, make sure you don't miss a single story of human survival. Hit that subscribe button to join Extreme Earth right now. Her old companion shivers, his gray muzzle resting on the cold floor. She rises slowly, her joints aching in rhythm with the cracking trees outside. The stove is dying. Only a few faint embers remain in the ash. She adds the last small sticks, knowing they will not last the day.
I am so sorry, little one. That is the last bite.
She opens the door, and a blast of white ice hits her face like needles. She looks over the endless white plain and the dark forest edge far away. She is leaving a wooden house to sleep in a hole in the snow. Is this madness or genius?
The cold remembers everything.
So heavy, the air felt dangerous. The cold cuts through her clothes. She realizes the house will not protect them. She sits by the weak fire, her eyes resting on the dog curled near the stove. Old memories surface, tales of snow pits that saved people before there were houses. She decides she must leave the house and build a shelter directly in the snow. In a frozen world, loyalty is the only fire that matters. If you love this dog, smash the like button for him. She ties a rope to the dog's collar, so they do not lose each other in the whiteout. She takes a worn wooden shovel and her small, hand-forged axe. She closes the weak door behind her, knowing it may be the last time. She walks slowly into the open snowfield, searching for a protected spot. She tests the snow, listening for the solid layers that can hold a shelter. She marks a rough circle, measuring the space with her own footsteps. She begins to dig. Every movement is slow and painful in the cold. The dog lies nearby, watching her work, occasionally shaking off the settling snow. As the pit deepens, walls rise around her, blocking some of the brutal wind. She carves blocks of packed snow, stacking them to raise the walls higher. Her hands grow numb. She stops to beat them against her chest to bring back feeling. She calls the dog, and he jumps in, his body heat warming the air around her legs. She shapes the walls into a smooth curve, remembering how her grandfather built them. The walls are high enough. She climbs out to search for frozen branches. She breaks what she can, weak twigs and thin poles, dragging them back. She shovels loose snow onto the branches, creating a thick, insulating roof. She shapes a low tunnel entrance that bends to block the wind. Inside, she feels the shocking difference. It is calm, quiet, and safe. She returns to the dying house to collect the last embers in a metal pot. She gathers the last scraps of cloth and food, hugging them to her chest. She slides inside and places the ember pot on the frozen floor. With shaking hands, she feeds the embers dry bark, blowing until a weak flame appears. She arranges stones into a tiny ring, so the flame will not melt the floor. The snow walls reflect the orange light, turning the small space into a glowing cave. She scratches a breathing hole near the roof, letting the smoke escape. The dog presses close, and she wraps the blanket around them both. She eats a few bites of dried meat and shares equal pieces with the dog. Outside, the wind rises to a screaming roar, but inside, the sound is distant. Sharp cracks echo from the frozen forest, but the snow pit holds firm. She fights sleep, feeding the tiny fire with twigs one by one. When eyes grow heavy, she feels his breathing as proof that life is still there. She feels moisture on the ceiling. The heat has softened the snow. She crawls out, seeing the old house now as distant and fragile. The dog shakes off the snow, then quickly returns to the warmer entrance. She gathers dry wood hidden under fallen trunks, respecting the forest that keeps her alive. She adds more snow to weak spots, thickening the roof against the next night. She uses hot stones to warm her frostbitten fingers, humming an old lullaby. She melts snow over the embers, giving the first warm sips to her dog. She remembers surviving war and famine. This winter is just another enemy. As daylight fades, she prepares the shelter for a second night with careful precision. She wraps her arms around him, creating one shared body of warmth. Outside, the storm rages. Inside, the shelter remains strong and quiet.
Do not stray from the light of the flames. The darkness holds many secrets, little one.
She whispers prayers to ancestors who survived worse winters with nothing but will. She promises they will see the sun again, even if the world feels frozen forever. She survived with nothing but wisdom. Share this story with someone who complains about the cold today. Thanks for watching Extreme Earth.